Hello and welcome. In this section, we will go through the necessary steps to store a profile image on Amazon S3. We will start with this brief lecture on how to add support to our sign-up form for uploading images. First, we will make sure that we are pointing at the develop branch with the git command git checkout develop. Then, we will create a new feature branch named S3 with the git commands git checkout -b S3, git push -u origin S3. To allow our users to upload an image when subscribing, we need to make two changes to our sign-up resources. The first is to add a form field of type file to the sign-up form. The second is to add an additional parameter to the sign-up controller. Let's start with the sign-up form. If we open this file, we can add the additional input field after the description. I'm now going to copy the code that I've prepared for this lecture, and then I'll talk you through it. The input field is of type file, meaning that it will be displayed as a control to select files from the file system. Its name and ID is file, and it has an i18n property, sign-up form profile image URL, with value you can upload your profile image. We can add this property to the messages.properties file in the sign-up section. Now, we can open a sign-up controller and make few changes there. First, we will add a new parameter after the plan ID. We will again use the @request_param annotation with name file. Only this time we will set the required attribute to false, as it's not mandatory for users to upload a profile image. The parameter type is multi-part file, a Spring type to handle file uploads. We will call the parameter file. Finally, after converting the front-end payload to a user entity, we check if the file exists and it's not empty. I'm going to copy the code that I prepared for this lecture and then I'll talk you through it. Here, we are not doing much because we need to write an S3 service first. We are simply declaring a profile image URL variable and setting it to null. Over the next couple of lectures, once we have introduced S3 and written an S3 service, we will come back to this code and make use of this service. If the profile image URL is null, which will always be the case for now, we simply log a warning message and continue. Basically, we don't want the user registration process to stop if there are any problems uploading an image, as users might always do that at a later stage. If we restart the application now and go through the sign-up registration process, we can see that there is an additional field that allows us to select an image from our file system. I go ahead and select a profile image, complete the form, and hit the Submit button. You can see that the profile was created successfully and we didn't get any error messages from the Spring framework. That's it for this lecture. We can close the Git flow workflow with the git commands git add *, git commit -m added image uploading capability, and git push. Then we can merge to develop with the git commands git checkout develop, git merge S3, and finally git push. Thank you for your time, and I see you in the next lecture.